Well, the United States had sovereignty. England, British, Egypt didn't. In fact, the British made it very explicit in almost so many words that they were not going to permit a competitor in the Eastern Mediterranean. And the British and the French just crushed it. Okay, so Egypt is Egypt, and we're the United States. And there are many cases like that. You're right in saying that the specific mode of development was extremely ugly in many ways. But what was significant about it was that it did follow principles of economic sovereignty and independence, and controlling the means by which they could develop. Sometimes it's done badly, sometimes it's done well. But unless you have those options, you can't develop at all. And the economic principles we impose on others deny them those options, deny them sovereignty. And in the case of Haiti, the one we're talking about, unless we can compel the imperial powers, the powerful states, to permit the kind of sovereignty that could develop out of their own lively, functioning civil society, they won't have a chance. I mean, if they have the chance, they may not use it well, but if they don't have the chance, they're obviously doomed. You know?
Listening to your talking about the narrative of, historical narrative of Haiti, we see cultural and endemic and long-standing tribalism and racism. We see cultural, long-standing, endemic feudalism and gaps between rich and poor that are institutionalized. And now we deal with an overpowering media. Using Haiti as an example, given those things, what can we do either individually or organizationally to have a significant impact in changing the direction of the narrative that previously has been based on these factors?
The racism is there and the cultural attitudes are there, and we know how to deal with them. We've dealt with plenty of them in the recent past. I mean, for example, racism is bad enough, but it's nothing like what it was 50 years ago in the United States. Or just maybe take the most dramatic change that's taken place in the United States and much of the world culturally in the last generation, namely women's rights. It's totally different from what it was 30 or 40 years ago. I mean, if I just think of, I'll just make it personal, if you had asked my grandmother whether she was oppressed, she wouldn't have known what you were talking about. That's just what women do. You know? If you'd asked my mother, she would have known, and she was very bitter about it, but she didn't do anything about it because that was out of the question. If you asked my daughters, they'd throw you out of the house. Okay, that's a change. And it's a change in cultural attitudes. And we know how it was done, and it's a major change. It's a significant one. But, you know, and the same has to be true about the other pathologies that we live with.
The question is, what is Haitian Popular Organization? Do you mean People's Organization? Or, I don't know what is Popular Organization.
The people in Cité Soleil aren't there because they love to live in misery. I mean, there's a whole history that drove them there, parts of which I reviewed, and they'd be happy to get out of it and work hard to get out of it. As for the popular organizations, just look at what happened. I mean, just take, for example, that one dramatic moment, 1990, when popular organization in the slums in hideous conditions, in the rural areas where life is horrendous, but popular organization reached a point where they could do something that we can't dream of, namely enter an election, elect their own candidate with 2/3 of the vote. We can't do that. They did it. We can learn from them what popular organizations are.
Thank you very much. People, and they're going to take medicines to Haiti. We are giving Professor Chomsky a small gift from the Riverside Church. We had a little discussion. Do you believe in God? We said it's not important, because what we said here, we're giving him a gift that says, when you were born, God smiled.
Yes.
And we